Alright kiddies, it's Dragonlordfrodo, and I'm straight out of jail with street cred. Okay? And I'm here to tell you jail stories. I'm here because jail is not cool, so don't take my example, you know. Stay out of jail. This is for all the kids out there that they think it's cool to go to jail. And I'm here to tell you that it's not cool to be in jail. So, let's face facts here. We all know why I went. We're not rehashing the whole bullshit. Okay? You gotta excuse the noise in here. I just got back literally 5 minutes ago. And it is sweltering hot, and I have to put on the air conditioner. Because I'm a fat, disgusting slob. I actually lost some weight, I guess, but anyway, we all know why I went to jail. I'm not rehashing it. I am not rehashing it ever again. Okay? And this is the last time I say it, but I don't want to talk about you know who. Okay? I don't want to talk about them anymore. If there's a kitty out there that wants to, you know, even if it's Dr. Strangelove, I don't want to hear the nicknames or anything else like that. No, I am not doing that anymore. So without further ado, you can skip all that bullshit about what I did, and let's get to the fucking good shit, okay? I was put in jail because, and this is, so here's what happened. The day I had to go to jail, right? Or the day I had to go to court, I should say. I went down there, and I was about an hour late to court. Not really my fault, okay, but maybe I should have left a little early. I don't know, but whatever. I was about an hour late because when I went. Okay, when I was on that fucking metro rail train, some idiot decided to fucking act up on the train, and I guess he didn't pay his fine, and he refused to get off the fucking train, so they had to bring in the cops and held up the entire fucking train. And because of that, I missed my bus to Lockport. And well, I mean, I called the court, but I just said, listen, I'm running late. Some guy was acting up on the bus. They said, don't worry about it. Just come in when you could. So I got in there and went through all the bullshit with the bailiff and whatever. And I went in and, you know, got through all the arraignments or whatever the fuck they do. And after all that was said and done, I was like the last one there. And I get in front of the judge, and it was me, my goofy lawyer, and the goofy prosecutor. I'll get to him in a second, but where's my lighter? So I get there, and by the way, so what happened was I was like an hour late for court, and they hold on, let me go drop a deuce. My first deuce since I got out. So So I get out there. I get off the train, right? And I was like 5 minutes late for that Lockport bus. Son of a bitch! That fucking guy had to hold up the whole fucking train to now make me late. So I went into the Tops at the University Plaza, and I went into the Tops and used the phone, called the court, told them what was going on. I said, listen, you know, there was a guy that was on the bus, he was acting up, or the train, I should say, he was acting up, you know, whatever. And they just said, just come in when you can. And I got there maybe, you know, an hour later. Then I had to get off the bus and then do that mile walk or whatever. So I get in there, and remember, it was because the prosecutor wanted me to get a psych evaluation. And my fucking lawyer, you know, I get in there, do the bailiff thing, you know, go through, get my shit checked and all that. And I get in there and I take a seat, wait for everybody else to be done. I'm the last one in, right? Oh, whatever. You know, and we get up front and we get in front of the judge, and the judge was, I don't remember who spoke first, my lawyer or the prosecutor. I think it was the prosecutor. He says, you know, we want him to get the psych evaluation, blah, blah, blah. And then my judge spoke, and he's like, yeah, well, we were thinking, oh, here's my lighter. It was in my bag. He was like, all right, you want to get a psych evaluation? We, you know, he had, my lawyer, he actually stuck up for me and said he comes to court he comes to court out here. He's coming on a bus, you know, this, that, and the other thing, and we think it should just be a outpatient thing. So, and he was giving examples. He was like, hey, what the fuck? Oh my God. I haven't done weed since like for a couple months now. And this is like fucking hit me with it. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Alright. And he was like, he goes to court on a bus, out the metro rail, whatever. He's helping me with the case. You know, we think that I think that he should be doing this outpatient, not no fucking remand bullshit. And all the prosecutors looked at the judge and says, Judge, we want him remanded for this. And the judge is like, all right, we'll remand him. Like, what the fuck? There's no argument with the prosecutor. My lawyer was arguing harder than the prosecutor, and the judge took his side. So I had this thing hanging off my ass. And I said, yo, I got this thing. I showed the judge, I was like, I got this thing hanging off my ass. She's like, well, let the jail nurse whatever. And She was just like, you know, remand him, whatever. So I got into jail, and you know, did the whole, you know, booking bullshit. They didn't take my fingerprints for some reason, and you know, it's weird. They never checked in my ass, so I could have had one of these up my ass. Somebody's gonna get fired. Anyway, I get in there. I get into the jail, and I'm sitting in what they call this place IPO. I don't know what it stands for, but it's very much like the first place you go when you go to jail. And it's like intake. So I go through the whole intake thing. They asked me questions. They gave me a mug shot. All that jazz. Never took my fingerprints though. And I'm sitting in the classification thing. And I found out that when I was gone that year, during that year, all the inmates now get tablets. But you can't get YouTube on it or anything like that. It's like it's like how you do the commissary now. It's how you do phone calls. You know, they have games on. They have like a store that you can buy games with your commissary money. They had some okay games. And, you know, when I was in, you know, so after that I showed them the thing on my ass and they took me down to the SHU because you have to do a 2-week quarantine when you get into that jail. Everybody does. So you can either do it in K block or I found that out too. Remember I said there, you know, people were hassling me in K block. They weren't hassling me last year, but they were just the way they were talking was just bothering me. No, you know what I found out was K block is for the people that just got in and are quarantining, and it's shitty to quarantine there. Because it doesn't make any sense to do quarantine in there. Because it's like, it's just like any open jail block. Except you're just locked in your cell 24 hours a day. So it's like you're not really separated from anybody. It's fucking, it's like a half-assed attempt at a quarantine when you go to K block. But because of the thing on my ass, they sent me right down to the fucking SHU. Which is that I don't know what it stands. I think it stands for Special Housing Unit. It's for people who are sick. And since I had this lump on my ass, they brought me down to the SHU. So I was down at the SHU for 2 weeks. And it was like the second day I was in jail. Second day I was in that SHU. Had the you know, cute little nurse come over, and I showed her the lump on my ass. She took one look at it and said, he's going to the hospital. And also, like, too, while I was on the bus and while I was being transported to the jail, you know, handcuffed, this bullshit. You know, I was banging my fucking lump all over the place. Oh, I told the fucking CO driving, I said, you know, you better fucking wipe down that seat while I'm done. Because my fucking shit was spreading staph all over the place. Yeah, it was nasty. And so I said, what hospital are we going to, Toots? And she's like, we're going to St. Mary's. I'm like, oh God. I was like, first of all, I don't even know where St. Mary's is. Can you explain that to me? It's like, yeah, it's in the dirty Lou, New York. All right, Lewiston, New York. Okay, it's a bunch of farm. Okay, it's like north of Niagara Falls, and it's all fucking farmland and bullshit. Second, I don't like any hospital that starts with Saint or go, because these fucking hospitals, I can't get enough of these. Okay, it's just like their idea of healing somebody is shoving a cross up their ass, you know. So is this even recording? Yeah, okay, good, it's recording. So I'm over there and I'm just like, yo, we're going to St. Mary's. And I get in the fucking cop wagon. And I'm handcuffed. I got my hands like this because, it's not just enough that they have you handcuffed when you go to this fucking piece of shit jail, okay? It's not enough that you're not just handcuffed. Oh, no. In Erie County, they just handcuff you. But here, they feel the need. These people fucking feel the need to fucking wrap me up like a fucking mummy with these fucking cuffs and shit. I got cuffs like this. And then they place this fucking thing over the chain. So now you can't bend your fucking wrists. Like, who the fuck designed it? And I found out an inmate fucking invented it. I mean, it's like, what the fuck? It's like, I want to find who this inmate is and fucking $150 his ass, okay? He invents something like this, he should have kept his fucking... Now he's a fucking snitch. And that motherfucker could be I'm gonna find this fucking inmate and $150 his ass. How's that sound? That's a new term I learned in jail, by the way. A $150. You know what that means? That means when you cut someone on the face, so that they have to get 150 stitches. Okay? $150. Go look it up. That's what I heard. Whatever. And so I heard that this inmate made this fucking thing, and like I said, I just want to go to his house and $150. I don't even know who this is. So if the guy that they invented the fucking box that goes over the bullshit handcuffs, dude, that guy can find me and arrest me and have me arrested, and I'll go back to jail right now and I'll plead guilty. Because if I go to his jail, I'm $150ing his ass. Okay? Don't even fucking play. That guy's probably dead anyway. You know what I'm saying? That guy's probably dead anyway. This guy invented this in like the 70s or something. And he's like dead. I don't know. So yeah, he could go arrest me. I give full permission to whatever jurisdiction this guy's from. Their PD to come to Buffalo, New York and arrest me on making threats. And then you could take me to that jail, and then I could $150 his ass in jail with a fucking sharpened toothbrush, okay? So anyway, I'm in the bacon wagon over there, and they're, you know, you guys taking me to the fucking thing. I got pus coming out of my fucking hip. You know? So we get in there, I'm like this. You're not just like handcuffed, like I said, they put the fucking box on you. And he makes it all stiff. So you're just like this. You look like fucking Beavis. You look like fucking Cornholio. You know? That's what I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna have to go to jail. If I go back to that jail, I'm gonna be able to put the Cornholio box on me. Write that one down. Because I just thought, what are you gonna put you got these guys got the Cornholio box on. They got, not only do you have to put the Cornholio box on. Not only do you have to put the Cornholio box on you like this, but they have to put a chain through this Cornholio box, and this fucking chain has to go around your waist. So now I'm like fucking. I feel like I'm like Pinhead from fucking. I feel like I'm like one of the goth kids from like going to fucking school. High school, I'm like, where's my Marilyn Manson shirt to go with these chains? You know what I'm saying? And you know, I felt like I should be breaking out the Jinko jeans. And remember those fucking pants people wore? Back when you were in high school, and they were like the pant legs were like this fucking. They weren't like bell bottoms. No, these are just really baggy pants, and it was a trend. It was a trend back in the fucking 90s. You got your fucking spiked hairdo. I'm thinking about that guy Jade that I was in school, high school with. I didn't even get on fucking Facebook yet. So. So anyway, I'm like, I'm out of jail. So I got the Cornholio box. I got look like Jade from fucking high school. Yeah, we had this kid, this guy, is a male, and his name was Jade. I'm not gonna say his last name. But this guy was like he was like the quintessential metalhead back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And he had the spiked hair. You know, he had the fucking Marilyn Manson shirt. He had the fucking jeans with the fucking chain. You know, he did the fucking. Yeah, what was his band? He used to Marilyn Manson and 9 Inch Nails. Where am I? And I'm over there, and I'm like, where's my Marilyn Manson shirt and my fucking? Hey, you got a jumpsuit on. And not only that, but they put handcuffs on your feet as well. So I'm like tripping over the fucking, and I'm like, what the fuck? I got a fucking shitty knee. So you have to walk like this, like a little fucking Chinaman, like like to the fucking courtroom. And it's fucking bullshit. And I wasn't in the courtroom. I was trying to go to the St. Mary's Hospital for the deaf. Okay, so I'm over there like this, like this, like walking like, well, you just walk like this, like a little Chinaman, you know, and that's that. Walk up to the fucking hospital. I have to sit there in like this, like your fucking cornhole. You sit there like that, like that. What TP for my bunghole? Like that kind of shit. So I get in the what I call the second waiting room after 3 hours in this little ass emergency room at St. Mary's Hospital / School for the Deaf. And they finally take the fucking cornholio box off me. But they took the cuffs and they took the cornholio box off. And they kept the fucking leg cuffs on one leg, and they fucking cuffed my leg to the fucking bed. You know how bad I could have been, violated? I mean, that's some fucking kinky shit. You know? Getting your legs, just like this. And then the fucking nurse walked by, like, when I walk into an S&M rally, I don't know. But, no, so I got a leg cuffed to the table, I guess you'd say. And this nurse took one look at it. I had to get, what did I get again? Oh, I had to get this, I got an MRI. Oh, no, it wasn't an MRI. It was a CAT scan. Okay? And I had a fucking IV in me. I took blood work. I had an IV in me. And I was just like, okay. So I get up to the CAT scan machine. And I don't remember, was I cuffed? I think I was cuffed, but they didn't have the cornholio box on it. So, I get up there, and I try to get up on this thing. I think I had the handcuffs and the leg shit on. Oh, they had to take, no, that's right, they had to take the leg shits off because the metal would interfere with the CAT scan. God forbid. You know? And the CO's like, oh, I have to take these off? That's going to be I bet you gets paid by the hour, how long he's got the cornholio box and the leg cuffs on. And he's like, oh, that's going to be a fucking hour of pay. And it's like, God forbid I gotta get a fucking CAT scan, you retard. So, I'm over there, and they're like, they come back, I get out of there and bullshit. And the fucking, there's gotta be a CO there at all fucking times. Watching your fucking sorry ass in a fucking hospital room. You guys understand how embarrassing that is? That hey, you walk into a hospital where there's people, where there's actual, people in the fucking, and you're being escorted in by a man in uniform that looks like fucking Paul Blart. Okay? I'm sorry, this fucking CO looked like fucking Paul Blart. Oh, and then his relief shows up afterward. And whatever. Oh, and by the way, all the COs now in the Niagara County Jail, they watch my videos now. So we can now we can shout out to the COs at the Niagara County Jail. Let's see how many I can remember. We got like Newman. You got CO Newman. What the hell is that? Oh, I'm like fucking stoned. I know something in my TV, but I look. I'm like, oh, that's just a cord rolled up. We got like 4 different COs named Newman. Hello, Newman. I think one of them was the guy that drove me home from the from St. Mary's School Hospital for the deaf people. Like the St. Mary's School for the Deaf, Where's my shit? St. Mary's School to the Deaf. How's that sound? And I'm like, and I'm just like, I haven't checked YouTube. What's going on in the YouTube verse? Oh, is Monty on? My mom said she did a thing with Monty.
For the trans athletes to be told, like, if they identify.
Is he on? Oh, he's not even on. My mom said she did a thing with Monty, and I was just like, oh God, Mom, did you put your teeth in, and did you put on a fucking bra? S87. Free DLL. So So anyway, I got. Let me put a fucking community thing up. Let's see, where's the post? Where's the post? How do I do this again? I don't know. Oh, you just fucking type. Okay. There we go. So, what was I saying? So, the fucking nurse fucking does the CAT scan, and when they do the CAT scan, they injected me with some fucking dye or something. I don't know. It's fucking bullshit. It's like they inject this dye into you, through the thing, and as soon as they inject it, it makes you, you know, like when you drink a beer and you're not drunk, but you feel like warm. It felt like that, like it just like going up. I didn't like it, but it also, when they do it, you can taste it in your mouth, and it tastes like it gotta taste like fucking Tupperware, you know. And so they injected me with this bullshit. Then they did the CAT scan, and they found out that the thing on my hip was an abscess, but it was full of pus. It was hard and full of pus, and they found out that it's not MRSA and whatever. So they also wanted to see if it was infecting the bone or the muscle, and it wasn't. So they fucking numbed the fuck out of it. Then they sliced the shit open, and oh my god, it was. Yeah, that shit I squirted out of my titty, and it was like that times a million. Like, instead of it shooting out, it was like Niagara Falls coming out. It's like green Niagara Falls, which is how Niagara Falls kind of looks when you look at it. It's green. It's like pus green. So I'm over there, and they slice this thing open, and it just shot everywhere, I guess. And for the next 2 weeks, they had to sit there and pack it and put a thing over it. And so I was laid up in the shoe, and what a piece of shit jail that place is. You know? It's just... So... So they had me laid up in the shoe for 2 weeks. I'm like, you know what? Just, because I got quarantine anyway, and I'd rather do it in the shoe than in K-Block. So I'm just like, all right. I'm just like, all right. You know, and you know, the first couple days in there, I couldn't sleep because I didn't have my CPAP machine, and I was trying to get my mom to bring it in, and so like what started happening was I started like hallucinating in the shoe. And because I didn't have much sleep, I was falling over and shit. I never experienced it before. So I was just tired and I wasn't making sense. And it was because I couldn't sleep. Because I got the sleep apnea. So I don't care what this fucking bailiff at jail says. I'm not off the hook here. I gotta go back on July 14th. I don't care what this bailiff wants to say. Expect my CPAP machine with me. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. That is medical equipment. I don't care if you think that this fucking thing looks like a phone or whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit. And I know this guy's watching. And I know all the COs are watching. I found out some of the inmates watch me. So, I'm in the shoe. I get my tablet back. I'm like, oh. Let's see here. I brought, how much? My mom doesn't know. I brought some money with me. But it wasn't that much. It was like, I think it was like $30 or something like that. I don't remember. But I did have some money on me. So I got the fucking shorts. I got the bowl. I got the cup. You know what I'm saying? I got the fucking 11 envelopes. I got the pad of paper. I got the fucking pen. So I'm in jail. I gotta write letters, and on the commissary is now done through your tablet. It's like a tablet. It's like an Android tablet, but you can't get internet on it. You can get a media store where you can buy, you know, like fucking tablet games. And you know, there's some decent games on there. I mean, I don't know. It's shit that, you know. Okay. So I got Metal Slug 3 on my tablet. It's alright. I played that a bunch of times. So I have it for the PS4, you know, and they dummy it down by having the touch controls. I'm like, you know, Metal Slug needs to be played with something like this, you know, And then what was the other games? I got this game called Evo World, which I think I got on my Switch. I might have it on my Switch or PS4. I don't remember, but I got Evo World. I've never played it until I got to jail, and I beat it in like 2 days, because that's what you do in the shoe. You sit there and look at you look at fucking patterns on the wall while you sit down there and rock. So it's just, I was playing Metal Slug 3. I was playing this Evo World game. You know what I'm talking about. It's just, oh, I got 1K subscribers. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I got games. Sorry, Ma, I bought a game. Sue me. So I got 4 games while I was there. I got Evil World. I got Metal Slug 3. I got, what's the other one I had? Crimson Land. Because I thought it was something different. I thought it was something else. I thought Crimson Land was something else, but it was something, whatever. It wasn't what I thought it was. So I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking at my emails. I'm just going through. Yep. So I got that, and what was? Oh. So I'm like, oh, what was I saying? Crimson Land, and then I got R-Type. R-Type is hard as fuck. Okay? I'm sorry, it is. Oh. What's this shit? So I'm like, maybe I'll play. I'm like, I got to like the 7th level of R-Type, and I couldn't pass it. I couldn't even get to the checkpoint. Cause let me tell you something. You know what R-Type is? R-Type is like, it's like one of those space shooters, and it's like one of those space shooter games, and it's hard. Like, it's like Gradius, but like the way after I like started playing it, I'm like, dude, this is almost like a puzzle game. If you know how R-Type plays, like, it's almost like a puzzle game, because like you have to do things in a certain way in order to get through the level. So I was So I was playing that, and then I couldn't get past level 7. And like I'm like, this is a game like that's just ruined by the touch controls. It's like, I bet you if I played with a real controller, I would be able to do this correctly. And what am I doing? And it's just like, you know, I what was I saying? Yeah, so I bought some games on the tablet. At least we got video games now in in jail. So now I'm sitting there. So now I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right. I played through fucking. I played through fucking Metal Slug 3. How many fucking times? Even on the PS4. Okay? I'm like, I don't even know why I bought this game, to be honest. Just. I have it on the PS4, and they had Metal Slug 1, 2, and X. And it's like, I bought the one that I play all the fucking time. And I was like, all right, Evil Land. Maybe I think I got that on one of my things, on one of my consoles. I'm not sure. But, what the fuck? Oh. Okay. So, now I gotta go through what? 2 months of email? Alright. So, oh, is this alive? I'll watch that later. So, so my mom put some money on my commissary, and you know, when I go to jail again, I want fucking my kitties putting commissary money. I don't want to be relying on mama. Okay. So I just don't. So I want the kitties to chip in. And I'm kind of pissed off none of the kitties chipped in. Okay, Like I keep thinking I have the fucking wristband still on. So I bought the fucking games, I bought the bowl, I bought the shorts, I bought the fucking cup. I bought a box of cheese. When you go to jail, that is one of the first things you get in jail. You get yourself a box of Cheez-Its. Not the fucking little bags, but a box, okay? And while you're eating the box of Cheez-Its, okay, save the box because you can then use it as storage. Okay? And you gotta get the shorts because you don't walking around in a jumpsuit fucking sucks, okay? So you don't want to walk around in the hot rec yard in a fucking jumpsuit. Okay, you're not a fucking trash collector, you're a fucking inmate, okay? So you want to get the shorts so that you can walk around in comfort. Unfortunately for me, I bought one fucking pair of shorts and I wore them out. I wore them. I didn't even wash them. I gave them away to someone. I said, if you want these, you gotta fucking wash them, okay? So I gave away my shorts to. I'm like, I got a pair of shorts like that. Then I got many. I don't need another. I needed one in jail, okay? I gave away a lot of my shit. Because, whatever. I'm not gonna lug shit home. Okay, I'm not gonna lug shit. That's what people do in jail. When somebody leaves the jail, they're going home, they're going upstate, they're going to the federal. I don't know. That's what people think. They ransack their cell and they don't give a shit. Because they can't bring anything with them. They have to rebuy it all in their commissary. So they have to leave it behind anyway, so when somebody leaves, we ransack their cell. And so I'm like, alright, well, instead of ransacking the cell, why don't I just hand it out to people that want it, you know? I know I'm gonna be gone anyway. So anyway, that's what you gotta get, okay? And you gotta get the pad of paper and envelopes and the pen because you want to write letters. You know, they're like, well, why don't you just call? You can't call any numbers that require you to go through a menu in jail. So, like, if I wanted to tell the people in the office that I'm in jail, I gotta write to them because in order to call them, I have to write a letter because there's a menu you can go through, and you can't go. A human has to pick up the phone. So I'm like, all right. So like 2 weeks go by. Nothing cool happened. I'll be honest, my jail stay was kind of boring this time. I'm not gonna lie. But I was just like, all right. So my 2 weeks was coming out. I had a quarantine anyway. I might as well get my ass looked at. And I'm just like, all right. The couple days before I was, ready to leave, I said, I want to go back to J Block. It's like, I want to be a protective because I told him why. I was like, I was there last year. I don't want to be fighting and all that bullshit. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I don't feel like talking about the cheese pizza shit anymore either. It's like, I'm gonna tell this fucking story, and then we're never talking about the cheese pizza shit. I'll be honest. I did that. I did that to make it sound more scary. I was just talking about that shit because I'll just fucking say it. You know, this once. I was trying to make those girls a little scared that they brought. If they that I'm gonna say names in jail and whatnot. But to be honest, even they were fucking bored of the story. So I'm like, all right, I'll go back to J Block. I'll go in with the cheese pizza crew. Okay, they all know me over there. And yeah, whatever, because pedophiles, they don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest again. I kind of exaggerated the stories from J Block last year. I'll be honest, like, a lot of these guys don't want to talk about what they did, okay? You got some people that are like, you got some people in jail that are like, well, I'll be honest, I'm in here because I was downloading this kitty getting sucked and whatever. I don't know what the fuck these people watch. And I'm just like, well, they don't want to talk about that. So a lot of these guys know what they're in for, and they don't feel right. I don't even want to fucking be there, and they don't want to fucking hear it. So I just stay away from that shit. So they all agree. And it's just like, okay, we didn't actually bet ramen noodles when people came in and you're like, oh, cheese, was it cheese pizza or just cheese? We didn't actually bet ramen. And there was like I said, there was a guy there was like, hey, it's my birthday. Where are the kids? I made that up too. Like, it was the guy's birthday, and he did say it was his birthday, and I added it, where are all the kids thing, and he never talked like that. He said, it's my birthday today or something. But what else? I don't know. Everybody kept moving. But we went in there, and so I went to J Block again. Okay? And J Block completely changed. So, okay, when I got there, there were only 3 guys that were still there from last year. One of the guys, while I was there, left to go upstate. So when I left, there were only 2 guys that were in there when I was in there from last year. And oh my God, you know who fucking came in halfway through my fucking oh my God, you know who came in halfway through my stay there? That fucking guy from the fucking Gordon Flowers. I swear to fucking God, this guy came in. Remember, there was a guy that they caught picking up 2 fucking kids at the Walmart on Amherst Street. Okay? And he got caught on YouTube. Okay? And I saw it happen live. I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna be he's J Block material for sure. You go look it up. I see if it's even still up. Let's see here. Oh, let's see, Buffalo, New York. Buffalo Predator catchers. Is this guy on still? Oh, where is he? This guy. Oh, I gotta find this guy. You know who I'm talking about. Oh, where the fuck is it? PP official. Buffalo. Oh, I don't think it's up anymore. I can't find them. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was in with that guy. So That guy's fucking weird. I gotta take another deuce. So, yeah, they call him at the Wegmans. They call him at Wegmans on Amherst Street. Oh my God. And, so, I'm in, and like, yeah. So like it's all new cheese pizza crew. And as an added bonus to the cheese pizza crew, J Block now has, it was only about half cheese pizza and half, so it was like you got half cheese pizza, then you got half there's some guys in there for beating their wives. What else? And the other thing is my new favorite type of people. You know, sarcasm. My new favorite type of person, crackheads. There was this guy that was in the cell next to me, and he was smoking crack in the cell. Oh yeah, we're going there. And this one day, so okay, the first, I'll tell that story in a bit. Well, here's the other one. I get up to J Block, right? They put me in cell 4, so I was in J Block cell 4. Last year I was in J Block cell 14. Okay, and when I was in 14, I drew a fucking big ass Slayer on the wall, and it was still there. Oh, and this time we went to J Block. Now they have a TV in there. So I'll tell you about the shit we were watching in there. So we're in there, and cell block 4, I guess the guy that was in there before me, like right before I got in there, I guess the guy literally thought he was Jesus, because all over fucking walls it had his name, and it's like, I am Jesus Christ. And it was just like, I guess it was weird. I guess he didn't even look like Jesus. Okay. That's the guy's Moses guy. And I guess he wasn't the cheese pizza crew. They know he's in here for making terroristic threats, and they were holding him for Massachusetts or something. So I gotta look this guy up, because this guy looks like a fucking wreck. Okay? And we had this guy in jail. We had this fucking black guy. This black guy looked just, I swear to God, this black guy looked just like Monty. Okay? I swear to God, this guy was a Monty clone. Okay? And he was in for allegedly conspiracy, whatever. He was in for doing sexual stuff with a 5-year-old boy and cheese pizza on his phone. Okay? So this guy looked like this guy looked like Monty and a half. Okay? And yeah, so I'm just like, okay, whatever. And I am like, okay, whatever. We had him. We had a guy that kind of looks like a short Jonathan Davis from what's this? I don't know. Locked Up. Alright, I'm just looking at shit. So, I'm over there like, blah, blah, blah. So, I'm over there like, yeah, you look like fucking Monty. You look like fucking Monty and whatever. We had a guy that looks like fucking Jonathan Davis from the band Korn. And yeah, that guy was gay and he was in for cheese pizza. And what else? It was the old guy with the GoPro. It was the old guy with the GoPro and the guy with the bulletproof glasses. That's who we had this time. That was the ones that came over from last year. They were still in. So So what was I saying? Uh, so I had to spend. So I'm just like, So I don't know, man. I was just like, you know. So we had this black, I don't know. We had this black guy in jail next to me, and he was just like, he was like smoking crack, and I don't even know what crack smells like. But now I feel like I'm like the expert on crack smell, and it just smells like to me it smells like burning popcorn, and I was just like, what the fuck? And it's like you can hide that shit. So like I'm just like, oh, I gotta do this shit. So what was I saying? So, oh, I gotta find my shit. So I'm like, I'm in here and I'm just, I don't know. It was. It just didn't feel. It just didn't feel like J Block. You know? It didn't feel like J Block. It felt like J Block. So and this guy was smoking crack in the fucking in the right in the cell. And It was just bullshit. So he's smoking crack, and then he gets all stupid and starts banging on my wall. And I'm like, I can't stand when people bang on the fucking walls around here. I went in there, I was like, cut the shit. And, oh, I gotta see this shit. Where's me? So I'm like, cut the shit. He's like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, don't be banging on my wall. So he goes over to this other black guy while he's high on crack. And now he's punching the guy. I'm like, what the fuck? So he got kicked out of J Block. Oh, I forgot the one guy. The first hour I was in J Block, right? First hour of J Block. Lock in, and this guy got kicked out of J Block. He was, from what I was told, he was whipping his dick out on the block. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. You know, and then he gets kicked out of J Block. This guy was whipping his dick out in the middle of J Block, jerking off. And it's just like, you know, we go to J Block to get away from that shit. This is, and Jesus. And oh, here we go. I gotta see the comments on my shit. Now, where is it? Oh, May 5th. Come on, where is it? Okay. Oh, boy. More fucking penguin jokes. The penguin. Let's see. So then I got kicked out of J-Plug, and then there was this guy. There was this other guy that was fucking weird in J-Block, and he was like told everybody to suck his moose dick and shit like that. And then he was like dry humping the guy that looked like Monty. and then so they fucking so then they fucking all due jail, I had to hear the fucking penguin and that shit, and I'm like, I'm tired of it. So I went and I fucking, so this guy was dry humping the guy that looks like Monty, right? And he got kicked out of J Block, and then I kicked this one guy out of J Block. This one guy, he was like a woo Indian, you know, like not a Habib Indian, but I think he was a woo Indian. And I don't know, he looked like the feather type of Indian, you know, and he's like a little retarded too, you know. So I would talk like this all day, and I'm like, he sounded like he was like deaf. And then I saw him on the phone, and I'm like, he must not be deaf if he's on the phone. So he's just like retarded. And then the one day he started getting real stupid, and like he was rattling the bars and shit, and it drove me nuts because autism, it's like that sound bothered me. Like, cut the shit. And he kept doing it over and over and over again. Then he comes in my room and he comes in my cell. He's like, "I'll take my off you. I'll suck your dick." I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And I learned today, as I was going to court, I learned today he's in for molesting his 2-year-old daughter. And I'm like, this guy's got a fucking kid? And it's just... And then he throws some bullshit at me. I'm like, alright, you gotta get off this fucking block. You're too fucking retarded. I don't care. And you know we're watching fucking TV in J Block, and I'm just like, all right. We're watching. We got like basic cable. You got 60 channels, and everybody likes to watch. Everybody likes to watch movies, okay? And what was the movie we were watching? Oh, the Twilight movies. Oh, let's bring Amy over. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, I'm watching movies, and it's like all bullshit I don't even want to watch. Yeah. So, like, whatever. And, you know, watching Twilight. Well, one day we were watching all the Harry Potters. I don't. And I'm just like, you know, we're watching Twilight, we're watching all the Harry Potters. And what was the other one we were watching? Oh, we were watching all the. We were watching all. We were watching all the fucking Indiana Jones movies, and there was a. You know, I don't think I don't remember ever watching the third one. I thought I did. But I don't, like, I watched it again, I'm like, I don't remember anything from this. And I know I know the first and second one by heart. And I thought that the second one, people say the second one's the worst. The Temple of Doom. I think that's the best one. That there's a part in the Temple of Doom where, you know, that fucking Indian kid that was like doing the voodoo doll shit. He was like stabbing the fucking voodoo doll of Indiana Jones. A short round comes up with fire and burns on that, like snaps, because they were like drinking this blood shit that put them under the cult's control. Remember that? It was like some blood shit that they were drinking. And there's a part in there after Short Round, the little Chinese kid burns the little Indian kid. The Indiana Jones is fighting with some guys, and he's like, he looks up at Short Round and the Indian kid, and he's like, "Hey, Short Round, stop fooling around with that kid. We're getting out of here," or something like that. And I looked at one of the J Block guys, and I said, "Yeah, take his advice." And, you know, you should see the way these guys react to diaper commercials. Oh my God. So, we were watching that, and we were watching Star Wars. A lot of Independence Day. I am sick and fucking tired of Independence Day. And what was the other one? Oh, but we were watching the movie Seven the other day, and all the J Block guys thought it was boring. I think that's a great movie. I'm like, sorry, there's not explosions every 5 seconds. Sorry, it's not one of those shitty Resident Evil movies with that whatever the fuck her name is, Mila Jovovich, flipping around and shooting guns all day. So I'm like, all right. We're watching that. We're watching Twilight. We're watching all these bullshit movies. And I don't know. The one guy, yesterday we were watching Die Hard. And the one guy in J Block didn't know that the main guy was Snape from Harry Potter. And we were watching Indiana Jones. The one guy didn't understand that Gimli was in the first and the third Indiana Jones movie. The guy that plays Gimli, he's in the first and the third. He's the guy that they run into when they go to Egypt. You're like the guy with the beard. But the thing is that the real actor is like super tall. And it's kind of weird because Gimli is like a dwarf. You ever watch Lord of the Rings and like watch the behind the scenes shit? No, it'll blow your mind that a lot of the special effects in Lord of the Rings were they're actually like practical effects. There's not, you'd be surprised. There's very little CG in those. Like you know, in the beginning of the first movie, where Gandalf's on the cart and Frodo's on the cart, and he's sitting next to Gandalf. What they did was because the two Elijah Wood and the other guy that plays Gandalf, they're like the same height. Okay? Well, so what they had to do was they had to make this fucking wagon so that that Frodo's seat was like back farther, so that it looks like Gandalf's like really really big, and Frodo is really small. So yeah, nobody believed me that the guy from Indiana Jones 1 and 3 are the same fucking guy that plays Gimli. So then, it's just bullshit. And I went to court again. I went on, what was it, June 2nd or something. And they got me all fucking cornholioed up. I got the fucking cornholio box on. You know why I call it that? Because it's like when they put this thing on, they put the handcuffs on you. And when they put this box over the handcuffs, it makes the handcuffs like this, so that you can only sit like this, right? So it looks like you're like cornholio, you know. So then I got all fucking cornholioed up. And that's how they take it to court. You gotta be cornholioed, okay? And it's just like I'm all cornholioed up. And they were like, they were supposed to get the psych evaluation. I got one done on like the 15th day, I believe it was. But it turns out it was the wrong psych evaluation, so when I went in to court, they told me it was the wrong psych evaluation. And so they redid it, and because it's Niagara County. So then I got it done, and I got both of them done. I got one of them done on Friday, and then I got the other one done on Tuesday. And I go in there. Oh, and by the way, for some reason, they changed the prosecutor again. And they changed my lawyer. I don't know why they changed my lawyer. So now I don't got Pin anymore. I got this guy called White Knight. That doesn't even sound... That sounds like something you'd find in a D&D manual. Not something you'd see in a courtroom. I'm like, is that a name? White Knight? I don't fucking know. And I got this new process, some broad. I don't know. You know what? Good for her, because there's not much I can say about her. You know. It's like that's what I was looking for. You know, the guy with the dreadlocks. It's like, yeah, you can pick on the guy's dreadlocks. But here, like with this woman, I'm serious. I don't have anything. I really have nothing to say. And it's not even me trying to stay out of trouble. Like, I literally I forgot what she looked like. That's how like, that's what I'm looking for. I said, let's just give you the fucking plainest looking white person we can find. And go from there. That way I have nothing to say. I can't pick on the dude's hairstyle or his accent. She's just, I don't know. I can't even like say that she's hot or not, like because I literally forgot. She's one of those women you see and you just forget. You know. I don't know. So I'm over there and I'm just like, well, shit. So they get up there and they wanted me to stay for another 2 weeks. What the fuck? And I'm just like, you know what? That, you know. So I stayed for another 2 weeks. And then today I had court and I went to go talk to their lawyer and he said, we didn't get a psych evaluation done. What the fuck? I said, I got one done Friday and Tuesday. I got them both done. Well, we didn't get the results. Okay. You want to just drop this fucking thing? Like, we can't drop it until they fucking get it done. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay. So I get there and for some reason they said, okay, so we know you got it done, okay? But we don't have the results of it. Whatever. And I thought for sure I'll keep them in another 2 weeks so we get the results. You fucking kidding me? But for some fucking miracle, they said, all right, we'll release him on a $50 bail. I'm like, okay. So I get back to the jail. And the first thing I do when I got back to J Block, I called Mama Scrunch. I said, Mama Scrunch, I could be released, but it's a $50 bail. Come down here, pay the fucking bail. I'll go back home. I'll fucking pay you back this weekend. You know, once I get my shit together with my checks and everything. I got a bunch of checks here. Then I gotta go to the bank tomorrow in cash. But yeah, we got checks that are just piling up in my mailbox. So I gotta pay my mom back. I'm gonna pay her back for the bail. I'm gonna pay her back for what she put on my commissary, this, that, and the other thing. And I probably might go there maybe tomorrow or whatever. I don't know. And yeah, so she came down. I went back to J Block. I had to sit there and they came and got me. I got out. Me and Mama Scrunch went to Chef's after. This fucking big ass fucking spaghetti parm and whatever. And the food in jail sucks. You know what Chef's is? Chef's is a good Italian restaurant downtown Buffalo. And yeah, so we went to Chef's. Go look it up. And oh my God, my mom's like, you eat like you just got out of jail. I'm like, yeah, that's because I did just get out of jail. And it's like I bet, fucking how many, a month and a half eating that cat food or whatever the fuck that shit was. I have to go back to court on July 14th But the way the judge was, hinting, she said, behave while you're out. If you behave, she kind of hinted like behave while you're out, and I might just let you off with just doing mental health court, whatever the hell that is. I think it's like last time where I had to just keep going to therapy and have the fucking therapist report. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what mental health court is. So I gotta go to. I'm just gonna stay out of trouble, and I'm not gonna talk about them anymore. I don't want anybody talking about them. No, not even code words. I don't give a shit. Not even code. No nicknames. No nothing. Like they don't exist. They all got on a plane. And the plane crashed in the middle of the fucking ocean. They're all dead, okay? So, pretend like they're fucking dead, okay? Pretend like their plane crashed in the middle of a fucking... pretend like their fucking plane crashed into an active volcano. Okay? So, I'm just like, I said, thank you, Your Honor. Hopefully we can get this all taken care of without bullshit upon bullshit. I had to sign another restraining order. Fine. Get a lifetime restraining order. I don't give a shit. And what else? You want to get a little dark here? Okay, Monty, I know you're going to say it. Trigger warning. I'm going to be honest. While I was in jail, I literally felt like I wanted to kill myself. And I actually had a plan in place. Because let's say we had to do 2 years, because that's what the prosecutor wanted. Wanted 2 years in jail. And I'm like, well, if I gotta do 2 years in this fucking pit, I'm just gonna kill myself. And I actually had a plan. I don't know if this is a great plan, but I even had a little suicide note written out. But once I was told I could get out on $50 bail, I actually went and found the note and ripped it up and flushed it. And I got rid of what I was going to use to kill myself as well. And I don't know if this would even have worked, but hear me out. So the jail gives out apples a couple times a week for like dinner and shit. You get like your fucking cat food, which is it's called on the outside they call it ham salad. If anybody knows what ham salad is, yeah, well they do that in jail, but it's not actually ham. It's just chopped up bologna. They have a bologna fetish in jail. I just realized. And it's like every other day. My mom fucking saved me from bologna night again. Oh, and then those guys, they use the microwave because they like to heat up the bologna. So like they put the bologna on the fucking on the tops of the from the bowl, and then they fucking microwave it. And my cell was right across from the fucking microwave, and every fucking night for bologna day, I had to smell fucking like burning bologna. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I am so sick of bologna and that cat food shit. I'm like, we need to go somewhere. We need to go to like fucking chefs. But every so often, a couple times a week, we get that. We get the bologna. We get the ham salad, aka the cat food, because it literally looks like that shit you open up. The canned cat food. Okay? The fucking Purina shit, right? I don't know. Fancy feast. There you go. It's time for your fancy feast. It's like, hey, pedophiles. Time to eat your fancy feast. Time to eat your 9 lives. That's what we'd call it. We'd call it cat food. Because it literally looks like the wet cat food you get in a can. Okay? So that's why we call it. It's more cat food. You know, it's like cat food this, cat food that. Enough with the fucking bologna and the fucking cat food. You know? And I'm just like, I can't take this food anymore. Like I thought about it. I'm like, I tell people when I'm in jail I'm a vegan on the outside. And I was just like, I'm tired of this bologna shit. So I was like literally fed up with it. Like I was pissed off mad. And I was like, give me a fucking request slip. I'm changing my, because they told me you can't be a vegan. It's like they told me in jail, like, we can't just give you a vegan meal. It has to be either a religious or I was about to say science diet. It's more cat food. But it's got to be either a religious or a medical diet. That's what I meant. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm changing my religion to Jainist, which is like a fucking. It's like being a Hindu. Okay. And I'm just like, I got the chaplain over it. Chaplain's a piece of work. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking. Why do I have to answer to a Christian to be a fucking Jainist? And it's a real. Go look it up. It's like being a Hindu. It's like, you know how they have like different types of like Christians. You got like a Catholic, Protestant. You got your Baptist, like that kind of shit. And you got your Hasidic Jews and your Orthodox Jews and your fucking Reformed Jews. You know what I'm saying? And you got different types of Muslims. So Jainism is just a another form of Hindu. So I signed up for that, and they were like, oh, it's like, okay, this was one day before I went to court and got out. Oh, I don't, no more cat food for me. You know, that's what you do. I got tips when you go to jail. Always, here's what you do. I got a tip for you. Always go to protective custody, and always go and sign up for the religious meal. Because they have to let you have the religious meal. Okay? Because then what happens is, and you tell everybody to sign up for it too. I don't care. Everyone change your religion to Jewish. Okay, if you don't want anything weird, just I don't care. They're not gonna make you wear a fucking yarmulke all day. You don't even have to prove you're Jewish. You could be Jewish and still have a Bible. Okay, you could be Jewish and be a Satanist. But they have to give you a religious meal. Not necessarily. You don't necessarily have to worship with them. They give you a religious meal. You always get the religious, because what happens is it's actually more money for them to give you the religious meal. And if everybody gets the religious meal, then that means they're spending more money on the inmates, which means more money means they might start releasing. You know, so that's my tip. Whatever you can get, when you're in jail, whatever you can get out of these fucks, you fucking take. You know. Oh, they want to do X-ray. Oh, fucking do your fucking X-ray. Go do whatever the fuck they want you to do. You know, every little fucking thing you do is sick call. Because that shit adds up and they have to pay for that. You might as well get it while it's free. And maybe they'll let you out early too, because maybe you just got a little too expensive, you know. So anyway, there's my tips. Go to protective custody because you don't want to deal with fucking gang members and shit. You know, I'll be honest. I would actually rather be in with the pedophiles than with the fucking crackheads. Any fucking day of the week, for real. At least the pedophiles are quiet. You know? At least they're not like, well, they're fucking pedophiles, but at least they're not like, at least you could have a conversation with these guys. You know? Because last year it was fucking great. I don't know why. It was just like I got along with everybody. And it's like I tell them, I'm like, I don't know, I don't like what you did. But I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to fight. Like, I agree. I told some of these guys, I don't want to fucking fight, and I'm not here to judge. I'm just going to say this. When you get out, if you get out, you stay away from that goddamn child porn shit. Okay? And I'm just like, but the crackheads, they get cracked out. I don't know how to get it out in jail. They put it up their ass or something. But they get the crack in and they smoke crack in the jail. And then they get all stupid. And they start fighting each other. So we got the crackhead Olympics. We got the retard convention going. We got the cheese pizza crew. I'm like, I swear to God, we made up a saying. Anytime someone new comes on J Block, we say, if it's crack, send them back. If it's cheese, yes, please. You know, but it's like I told the one guy, I was like, listen, I'd rather have you in jail. I'd rather have people like you in jail because at least you're fucking quiet. You know, than have be around fucking 30 crackheads that monkey you out in jail, that chimp out in jail and start fights over stupid shit. You know? Like, these guys know that they're fucking targets. You know what I'm saying? So they don't, that's why they don't do anything to want to start fights. And I don't want to be starting fights either. I just don't. I'm not in the mood. I'm too fucking old to be I'm too old to be fighting. I'm too old to be, bothering people on the internet. This is fucking ridiculous. And it's just like, you know what? I thought about it. I think I'm done with broads. Like, all broads. I think I'm done with just all women. It's like, I don't want a girlfriend. I just done. I'm not talking about being gay. I'm just done. It's like, fuck it. No girlfriend, no boyfriend, no fucking, tranny shit. None of that shit. I'm done. There's better things to deal with. There's better things to worry about than broads, But I was about to commit suicide. And I was like, if they didn't give me this fucking bail thing, I would have been doing it. So what I was doing, since I've been in the SHU, which is the medical unit, they give you apples every so often. And I was saving the apple seeds. Because I heard that apple seeds contain, I forget what it has, either cyanide or arsenic in it. I forget which one it was, but they both kill you both the same, so who the fuck cares? So I had by the time I was done in J Block, by the time I was getting bailed out, I had about 200 apple seeds that I stuffed into a tube of toothpaste. And I was going to eat them all at once. Okay? And I even had a suicide note written where I admitted to some other things that I've done in the past that honestly, I probably not even gonna admit to it because to be honest, I've done some very bad things. I'm telling you, shit that they didn't even catch that would probably get me many life sentences in prison, but I'm not gonna talk about that. Maybe I'll talk about it when the statute of limitations runs out on it and this is all behind me, but I promised to leave them alone. That's that. I promised the judge I was going to behave, and I will behave, and I'm going to try to get the mental health court, because I cannot stand the inside of that fucking jail any fucking more. It's just people that don't shower, and I'm like, I'm done. So I get back to the, oh, that was what I was going to say. I had a suicide note written out. So it's like, if you're reading this, I just ate 200 apple seeds, and apple seeds contain either cyanide or arsenic. I can't remember which. And I'm doing this because I can't stand my fucking life here. And here's some more shit I did that they didn't even catch. And I put down the names of some other women that I was harassing, but not to the same extent. But when I called Mama Scrunch up and told her I'm getting bailed out, she said, okay, I'll come down there with the bail money and it'll be picked up. I went in, I found the fucking suicide note, ripped it up and flushed it. I even got rid of the 200 apple seeds that I got stuffed in the toothpaste, the empty toothpaste tube. And mental health kept coming up to me and saying, hey, I hate mental health over there. I really do. Because mental health is bullshit over there. All they want to know is if you want to hurt yourself or others. I kept saying no. But deep down inside, I had a suicide note going. I had a plan. And it was funny too, because one of the other inmates, I didn't tell anybody about this, but one of the other inmates was like joking, like, oh, if you eat apple seeds, you'll die because there's poison in apple seeds. And I just kept my mouth shut. And, so I come out, I get bailed out, I get out, and it's good. Like, my fucking clothes smell like the jail. Like, if they keep them down in that place, they smell like it. They just smell old. Anyway, I'm probably going to top in the shower after this. So anyway, Mama Scrunch is outside in her fucking car. And she's like taking a picture of me as I'm coming out of jail with all my shit. And I'm like, oh, you're gonna take I heard you were doing shit with Monty. Oh, and by the way, we're gonna review the video and fucking and live. So you'll be prepared for that one. So I mean, that's about it with jail. And then my mom took me to Chef's after, which is it's a nice Italian restaurant. She wanted to take me to Riverworks. I'm like, oh, you want to just go to Chef's? It's right here. I didn't really care, to be honest. But I don't know about that place now. It's just I honestly thought that I I felt like if I was gonna be there for a while, I wanted to go move to one of the pods. I wanted to go move to like where they have all the workers. Cause I hated calling up my mom and asking for more money. If we were with the workers, you get like $6 a day, and it goes right on the commissary. I never have to eat any of that cat food, ham salad that they make out of bologna. It's like bologna. I'm not gonna say it. It's like bologna, mayo, and mustard mixed. I'm gagging just thinking about it. And I give away half my fucking tray. And I'm like, what the fuck? Or that shit. There's another thing they call chicken shit. It's just chopped up chicken. And it's like chicken salad or some bullshit. I don't know. I wanted to bring home some of that fucking cat food so I can show it off. It's just like it's just nothing but mystery meat. You know what I'm saying? It's mystery meat day. And then on Fridays we'd have a pretty good, meal. We'd have either macaroni and cheese, which by the way is better than like the box shit you get. This is like Stouffer's mac and cheese. Okay? And you get that, or like tomorrow, I know we're gonna get the pizza. So like, the pizza's actually pretty good in jail. It's just a square, but it's all right. I mean, it's no like, it's not no like fucking. It's not like you're getting it from like a Lovejoy pizza. It's good pizza. It's all right. It's better than those those pizzas that they get from the microwave. They're like a circle, and you have to put them on top of the fucking silver thing and put them in the microwave. They're better than that. Remember when Subway used to make pizza? It's better than Subway pizza. Because that's all Subway pizza is the fucking circle. But, whatever. It is what it is. And I'm out. And I hope I never go back there. Because that place... I had a worse time I had a worse time this time. I don't know why. Because I think what it is because of the uncertainty. It was because at least last time I was sentenced and I had an out date. I had a release date. And I could just check it off. I was like, okay. And this time around, it was like, I felt like I could just be here for eternity, I don't know. But, whatever. It is what it is. So I gotta go back July 14th. Hopefully it'll get just do fucking mental health court or something. Because I cannot do this bullshit. If they give me another plea deal, a B misdemeanor, fuck it, I'll take it. Because I already did 42 days in jail. Okay? A B misdemeanor would be 90 days in jail, but 90 actually equaled 60. And then I get the 42 days time served. I'll only be in for another, 15 days or whatever. Or whatever the fuck it works out to. Because I worked it out. If they gave me the B misdemeanor today, I was just going to take it. And then do the rest of the time and go back. But you know, and then I worked it out. I would if I got the B misdemeanor, I would have been out July 1st. So, and I'm telling everybody this just because. Don't fuck around in Niagara County. Don't fuck around in Lockport or Niagara County. Because they will drag your case out. We had one guy in there for a month already, overrunning a stop sign. They wanted to give him a psych evaluation for that. I'm like, what the fuck? They want to give you a psych evaluation for a fucking stop sign. I don't know if it was true or not, but yeah. He literally said they're giving me a psych evaluation over a fucking stop sign. Do yourself a favor. Never go to fucking Niagara County. Don't go to the fucking casino. Don't go to fucking Lockport. Niagara County is bullshit. And I urge everybody to do a permanent economic boycott of Niagara County. I mean, if this happened in fucking Buffalo, this would be a violation. I'd be done with this 5 times over. You know, so I don't know, that's all I gotta say. And maybe one of these days I'll play some jail games on a live stream. Because I had R-Type. I want to get past the part of R-Type. I bet you if I played it today on a real fucking controller, I would beat that level 7 in no problem. But it's more because of the touch controls. That's what was fucking me up. Because like you go to press right or whatever, and sometimes your thumb slips and it hits up, and then you crash into a wall. You know, play the Metal Slug games, or the fucking the Crimson Land, or Evo World. I might play too, but and I think I do have Evo World either on Switch or PS4, and I'm pretty sure they have an Evo Land too. And I beat that game 100% in like 2 days in the fucking shoe. It's an RPG, but it's not very long. It's not great. Like, it's not very hard. I could beat it probably in a couple hours. But I mean, it's just more of the charm. It's more of just like the way it's presented than anything. It's a good game, but it's not like Final Fantasy 3 or whatever, where you got a game that's a fucking masterpiece, and the story's only like a couple hours long, and Evil Land, there's no grinding, so there's that. But maybe I'll play it through. Who the fuck knows? Anyway, this is Dragonlordfrodo. Inmate ID number 148387. Signing out.